G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of TNT Footy. Round 16's done and dusted. I am one of the I'm one of the hosts.
These cooks, get him off.
And he's buggered another one. I reckon we're going to have to start queuing these. How many you get right and how many you get wrong?
Next to me, Egi. How you going, mate?
I'm good, mate.
And then we got Moisty down the end.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
I think that's the worst one I've done for a while.
That one's pretty bad, mate. That was funny, but I don't think
that's
it was
a blooper. Good. How are you, boys?
No, good, mate.
Thank you. Bit rattled, are we now?
Yeah, got a bit red, I think.
Bit rattled. He got a bit excited after Carlton's win. Although we were in a group chat and he was still whinging about the umpire when they're 45 points up.
100%. We have not won a free kick now since round 9.
You don't deserve to win one since round 9. You're so far in front. It is not funny. You are so far in front. You have won 4 games from free kicks alone.
Fuck off.
4 games
That's
alone.
all I say to that.
I've got a clip saying the Mackay and Curnow flopping is getting beyond recruits. I reckon these two should start getting fined for the flops they're doing.
Oh, piss off.
It should be fine. I've seen one of Curnow. He's rolled over the ground on his own, and then his arm just flicks up. His arm just flicks up. You're like, you're nowhere near anyone. He's just rolled over and flicked his arm up. So
there has been some that I'm just like, just stop it. But Mackay's improved. He's nowhere near as bad as he was last year.
He's still getting some dodgy, but that's not his fault though. Like that, there's been some over umpiring on those two, I believe.
Yeah, yep. But
Curnow's been blowing some smoke though. Curnow has been.
He has. Do you know? I actually don't think
Welcome,
he's been
Zoe.
that good this year.
He's been
Welcome,
what?
Zoe. Welcome.
Hey, Zoe.
I don't think he's been that good this year. But anyway, let's talk about what we've got coming up. I've got we've got a special guest tonight, which is really exciting. And we're also going to go through, obviously, the results. Going to go through Moisty's Minute, Eggy's Deep Dive, and then we're going to look at the viewers' questions, tipping. And then
He's rattled here.
Yeah,
he's rattled himself off the start. He's lost his train of thought. He's done.
I am done. Far out.
Take this one. Don't forget also, if you haven't already, follow our socials on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and we have the shop if you're looking for a t-shirt or a hat, which Tassie should probably wear because look at the shine off that head.
That might cover my redness too from my shame. Oh, shit. All right, let's get into it. Let's get straight into it tonight.
Straight into the results, you reckon?
Yeah, straight into it.
On a Friday night was Brisbane versus Melbourne, but the lights stayed on for this game.
Yeah, the lights were on, and Melbourne actually surprised me in this one.
Me too.
I thought this was going to be a blowout, but Melbourne showed a bit of heart in this one.
They did. They just fell apart at the end, similar to what they did against North the week before.
Yep.
That's it. They just tried to hold on instead of winning the game.
Yep. Absolutely. Cozzy Pickett was huge, 5 goals for Melbourne. There's a bit of talk about Clayton Oliver just still not being as impactful and as big as what he was last year. Do you think the preseason has really impacted him?
Well, it was a tough preseason, wasn't it? He's had a lot of off-field issues, didn't get a proper preseason, had another injury, and his mate now, Petrarca's not there to help him, so it's probably standing out a bit more.
It's all on his shoulders.
Yep, I agree with that. I mean, he's still got Viney, but him and Viney are kind of similar players. Petrarca just added that silk to them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Welcome, Brody and Artie.
Welcome, guys. Welcome,
everyone.
Good to see Will Ashcroft back after a long layoff.
Oh, did you hear the roar when he came on the ground?
I did.
It was huge. It was a massive roar for what's effectively a first-year player because he missed most of last season.
Yep.
And the roar he's getting, obviously, Cold Hero already up there.
Absolutely. How good would it make him feel too?
Yeah.
No, exactly right.
Well, last year's start to the season had a bit of spunk, so I think that's...
Yeah.
And
Him and winning the goal of the year, or no? I can't remember now.
I'm pretty sure he won it, with that flying karate goal.
Yeah.
Which obviously goal of the year. We had a lot of Collingwood supporters complaining because there was an obvious one for Collingwood. Who was it? It was Elliott that's tapped it in, but Ashcroft one was home, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but it's good to see him back, and it's good that the crowd actually got around him for that, because that would make him feel really special, because they didn't even bring him back through the VFL.
No, straight back on.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we're finding that a bit more with the kids too. Well, the talented kids.
I think they're good enough to.
Yeah, they just come. Their bodies are ready now, coming out of juniors. Well, most of them have got ready bodies. Harley Reid just comes straight back in after suspension when most players would be made work their way in. He's not just straight back in. Yeah, like McKercher, he's had a couple of games in the VFL getting back in.
Yep, definitely. I thought this game was a cracker. I really did.
Yeah, it was.
It was good up there. Melbourne definitely come out of the blocks firing, but Brisbane just worked
actually, I think Brisbane started better, but then Melbourne come back in the second.
Yeah, Melbourne pegged back in the second, yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brisbane they did too. Yeah, you're right.
On fire.
Yeah, you're right. They got up to 18 points.
Does this show a bit about Melbourne too? Because we're expecting Brisbane to go deep. Now, Melbourne's had a tough win against North and then this tough loss. So they're still finding a bit.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know who they've got in the coming week. Let me have a quick look here. Well, they've got Eagles next week at home.
So you would think that'd be
that's a win. And then they've got Essendon, which I think they'll win. Look, they probably still will finish in the top 8. I don't know.
I think we're going to look at them tonight, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
I think so. We'll leave that for the deep dive because I'm pretty sure Eggy's got them on tonight.
Perfect.
If Tassie read the run sheet, he'd understand.
I'm a bit rattled. Okay. G'day, Anthony. How are you, my friend? All right, next game. Dogs.
We'll let you boys talk about this one because I was a bit upset.
Yeah, well, it was a good game. I didn't see much of it because I was too focused on the other one, because that was quite surprising. Why they had 2 games on at the same time, I have no idea.
No,
bring back Thursday footy. Come on.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You have the Sydney Fremantle Thursday night. You get everyone watching that.
Yep.
Absolutely. Even the North Bulldogs one, it was a cracker game late.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. North have shown something the last probably 3 to 4 weeks. Something that just in patches make you go, okay, there's definitely something coming through.
And that's it. Like they've been playing 2.5, 3-quarter games though. So there's been 1 quarter against the Bulldogs, they dropped 6 or 7 goals. And the week before against Melbourne, they dropped 4 or 5, but then they've charged home late.
Yeah, which is just an inexperienced side. That's all that is.
And good news about LDU, I've heard. He's looking to re-sign.
Apparently, which is good. Good for North, and hopefully Zohar will do the same, especially after the shit talking you did when Horn Francis left.
Well, I'm a bit on the fence with Zohar because if he leaves, Harley Reid slots in there beautifully. I'd like to keep Zohar, but it does leave us the option to pull in Harley Reid just in there.
Oh my God! Talking about the Bulldogs, though, it was good to see Darcy back after his suspension.
Yes.
And the Bont dominating as per usual.
Yes, he was.
The Bont was huge. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But wait, let me put this out there. There's another small forward, Cody Wakeman.
Wakeman?
Cody Wakeman. I reckon he ducked 4 or 5 high free kicks. I reckon he's the new... Who plays Hawthorn now? Ginnivan. But because he hasn't been caught on film doing it, he's getting away with these.
He's been doing it since the start of his career.
Yeah, make sure you watch Cody Wakeman next. He gets a lot of high freaks that I reckon if Ginnivan was doing them, he wouldn't get.
Yeah, no, absolutely. A lot of I've noticed it for years.
Yeah,
even on Nick Dacos, you said he was a protected species this week too, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure Nick Dacos was, and I was sitting next to me dad, who's a mad Collingwood supporter, and he was saying the same thing. He ducked, lifted his shoulders. If it was Joel Selwood, everyone would be crying for weeks. But
oh God, yeah, it's I don't know.
And this gets back to the umpiring. It's been terrible this year. We all agree it's been terrible this year.
It has, but we're not going to actually talk about that tonight because I think we've spoken about the umpiring way too much this season.
Yeah, we've got a couple of messages in chat. Just catch up quickly. Anthony said, "Evening, gents." I said, "Welcome." Artie's also put, "Boys, get Sud to put a hat on. The reflection is unwatchable."
I did talk about that before. Yeah. That's what I said. He could buy a TNT hat and rock it on.
That's 2 points now. Maybe you should see into that, Taz.
Maybe I should just go a bit closer, you know?
No, it rotates with your bald head, so it's only on the top. So it doesn't matter where you look.
I'm getting the Hulk I'm getting the Hulk Hogan going. Look.
Oh, looks like the Fusi fade. I don't know if you've seen him, the Kafusi from the Redcliffe Dolphins. Got like a bit of a, I don't know, backwards mullet. It's all shaved on top with a little fluff at the back.
Oh, I got the, yeah.
Are they calling those a bullet or something?
I know he was calling it on TikTok the Fusi fade. So.
Oh my
Fusi
God.
fade.
If I didn't work in a professional job, I'd consider growing it.
Have a go. So back on those Bulldogs, are they back? It was
I
a
think so.
pretty impressive performance. They've got one of the highest percentages in the AFL, and they're sitting ninth now.
I think so.
I think it's showing more about North Melbourne. I think since that win from West Coast there, it's showing a bit of spark about them, and they're starting to looking good in the last one. So I think
Dogs,
there's a win near.
They lost to Swans at Marvel. They beat Collingwood at Marvel. Then they lost to Brisbane at Marvel. Have they not left Marvel? Bloody hell. Then they beat Dockers at Marvel, and then they've just beaten North at Marvel. They've had 5 games at Marvel.
Maybe because it's set.
Home ground, yeah.
That's insane. But I think they're still inconsistent. They're one of those teams that you still can't really be too confident on.
All right. Then we'll get to the game of the round, which I didn't get to watch because they put 2 games on the same time. But I flicked over for the last 5 minutes and watched the Swans tear home. So I'll let you talk about this one, Egi, because I didn't really watch it.
I missed it too, but I was listening to it on the radio at work and that. But I was getting quite excited. It got down to the last 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck, I got to put it on. I may have been driving, but but I had
watch
to put
it on
You
the
pulled
phone.
over. You pulled over.
Yeah, I pulled over. Yep. Let's say that.
Yep.
But yeah, no,
Absolutely.
it was a scorching last minute. I think the Swans seemed to start slow, and I think Freo was sort of waking up to it and hit them hard early, and then they must have been
Yeah,
studying.
well, it was 30 points early, I think.
Yeah, and they must have
Freo.
studied what they did to run over teams late, and they just they sort of went near the end and they started going goal for goal. But yeah,
Well, that being said, though, Swans probably should have won the game.
yeah, with their
Mhm.
accuracy and
Inaccuracy, and then they had a kick late, at least tied the game with that last shot. I
Oh.
think the umpire might have put him off there too. We'll leave that go.
But
Well, Freo led
I
the whole
don't think
game.
I don't think it was wet up there either. Because I know it was wet down here, but I was looking at the weather on there, but it seemed to be pretty good in Sydney.
It was
Yeah, but
sunny
it-
from what I saw.
But it had been raining for the last couple of days, I think.
Yeah,
That
well, I
was
but
think
it drained
underfoot.
yesterday and today were good, so I thought it should have maybe.
It
Yeah.
drains pretty well up there from what I
Is
hear.
it? Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cracking game. Absolute cracking game. Blakey the Lizard, one of our favourites of
Yes.
Yeah,
halfback,
the Lizard.
streaming,
Lizard catcher.
did really well. Really well.
So does this say a lot about Fremantle now?
I think so.
Yeah,
Because I'll put this up there. The commentators were right in this. Freo, Sydney's the first. Oh, they've beaten one other team in the top 8. But if you go back and look now, the teams they beat, they've beaten the whole top 8 except for Carlton, and they haven't played Essendon and Geelong. Just the teams when they beat them were outside the 8. So that's why everyone's getting on them. So if you go back and look, they've actually beaten 5 of the top 8.
Well, they've lost one in their last 5 with 3 wins, a draw with Collingwood, and they lost to the Dogs convincingly. But other
they've
than
beaten the
that-
Dogs earlier in the year as well.
Other than that, they beat Melbourne by nearly 100 points. They beat the Suns by 20 points, and then they've beaten Sydney by 1 point in the last 5 weeks. It's not too bad.
And it's a good run. And I just wanted to double check when they said they'd only been one in the top 8 because I'm like, that can't be right. But no, they've beaten nearly everyone in that top 8.
Do you know, so since they started playing good, fast, quick footy, they've actually
probably
been,
only lost one.
And they scored over 70 points too. The Ross ball is gone.
Is what we were getting into them about because St Kilda's still playing that defence, but Freo switched it and said, no, we're just going to attack. And they're looking much better.
But Freo's defence is still good.
Yes.
It is. It's one of the best in the league.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So they've got good defence. They've got a great midfield, and their forward line's young, but they are very good.
Yeah, starting to fire.
With Tracy and that up there, they've got good players all over the park, Fremantle.
Yeah.
Just to catch up on tap too, we got Brody said trip to Turkey will fix that, Taz. Anthony Scott Freo got out of jail. Artie's also got Geelong again, get the dodgy freeze, get a win on the board. George Speaksley, welcome. Freo up to third. Who would have picked that? Not
Well,
us.
see,
Not us.
none of us were talking about that, but if you go back and look since they've started playing that football, you'd go, yes, they should be there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We were saying that though, because Justin Longmire, I always get those two confused. He was under the scope because they weren't winning games and they were
Weren't
playing
performing,
boring
yeah.
footy. Remember the Fremantle St Kilda game? None of us watched it because it was just going to
We
be a
knew what
boring
it was
game.
going to be.
So it's good to see them actually flick the switch and start playing exciting brands of footy because it's going to win them games. It has, and it's shown that they're going to win games.
Yep.
So
Well, on the other flip of that coin, I did hear Sydney play bad, but is there a worry for Sydney or is this just a wake up
no,
call?
I think this is a loss they needed.
Yeah. Just a wake up call.
I know it
going into
sounds
finals.
silly.
No, well, you can't win 20 games straight. That's what they would
Nah.
have to do to win the flag.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this will give them the hunger again. But, you know, they didn't play bad. Fremantle played well, and they still had a chance to win it at the end with McDonald. So
Yeah.
I don't think they'll lose. No, I don't think they'll take anything bad away from that
No,
game.
just fire up a bit, I think.
Yep. Next game. Did you watch
And
this one,
then
Andy?
I did. I was home in time to be able to watch this one. It was very exciting. And actually got some messages from my brother and my nephew. They went to their first AFL game, which just happened to be this game because they're up on the Gold Coast. And I was like, what a game they're going to be able to go to. So there was a bit of banter going on between us there, but they actually come out on top, didn't they?
Well, have we ever seen a better home team than Gold Coast at the moment?
No.
They just
Oh,
cannot lose up
I
there.
think
They
we
cannot
have in the
lose at
past.
home.
In the past, we've had like Adelaide and Port.
Let me put that differently. Have we seen a better differential? They cannot win
no.
away from home, but they cannot lose at home. They are that far in front of teams when they play them at home.
Even when their home's in the Northern Territory.
Yeah, they just can't lose at home, but they travel. And so at the moment, they're 8 wins, 7 losses, 8 home games versus 7 away games. Have not won away, have not lost at home.
It's crazy, isn't it? There's something to do, and I think you brought it up a few weeks ago, Todd. It's something to do with their travel.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah. Their planning, their itinerary, something, they're not traveling right.
Well, we'll find out next week. They're playing North Melbourne at Marvel next week. They need to win that game to play finals.
I'm not sold that they will.
I'm not sold.
Because North have been playing all right.
Yeah, North been playing real good.
And we think it's down in Tassie too, don't we?
No, it's at Marvel. We checked that.
Marvel. I think that sort of tips in their favour, but I think the cold might hurt them.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a nice wet and cold one.
And on you all boys, I think they just got a bit tired. Like,
I think
young kids of
I think the
Gold Coast just ran over the top of them.
was expecting like a Collingwood run over at the end. Yeah, I think they pushed it in the third quarter and they didn't have that big full come home on the fourth.
Well, they got in front at one point, I think.
Yeah.
With 5 to go.
That was it.
It's hard up there, though. Like, the heat would get to you.
Yeah.
So to run games out up there, unless you're used to it, like Gold Coast, you come from Melbourne, you get tired quicker. It's definitely an advantage.
Not to mention the underdone players. There was a clip there late of Pendlebury trying to chase down Long for that second last goal and just couldn't go with him. So he's come in underdone, so that could have hurt them as well.
Absolutely. How did DeGoey play? Because I didn't see this game.
Like they weren't. It wasn't bad. But it wasn't a standout. I thought it was pretty good actually.
He looked explosive though.
Yeah.
Good. That's what he needs to be for you guys, because that's the type of player he is.
He looked like he had his explosive pace and explosive. He wasn't there all game, but there were bits that just sold us on. He had his explosiveness back.
Yep. Fantastic. I still think you guys finished top 4.
I think we'll be close. Yeah, I don't know about top 4. I think Brisbane are charging home.
Brisbane, the Doggies.
Yeah. Freo now too.
Freo are going to be hard to tip off there, considering they've got. I think we're going over Freo later, are we?
No, we don't. We don't have Collingwood, Freo, or Sydney. We're going to touch.
We'll do them next week. But Freo, I think, have got the easiest draw run home now out of the top 8.
Even better than the Bombers.
Well, Bombers just lost to Geelong, so Geelong's just pipped up. We thought they had a good run because Geelong was going no good. Adelaide have just piped in and done that to Gold Coast, so they're no easy anymore.
Yep.
Last week they were all easy beats. Now this week I probably think they go the other way.
It's just crazy how it works, though. It really is.
Well, it's just crazy how close 9 to 13th are. They're all on the same point. The points difference percentages, anything.
The percentage only thing from 9th to Hawthorn now. Hawthorn's actually caught the bottom of the 8.
Yep. Yeah, they have. And they deserve to be as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're playing great
they're
footy.
probably the third best team in the comp at the moment,
Going
just
off
on
for
their
they've
form.
well, yeah, they've won the last 5 games. The only other team to have done that's Carlton.
But I mean, style of footy. Like I'd have
Oh,
Brisbane, Sydney's playing a bit sloppy at the moment, but they're still good. Brisbane and Hawthorn and Carlton. They're the 4 teams that I think are playing excellent football at the moment.
yep, definitely. All right, let's move on to the next game. Geelong and Essendon.
Yeah.
Suck shit,
Well, I think
Essendon.
Artie's put Geelong again, get the dodgy free kicks, but I think with the 45 point win, I think
Well, not really though, because I did watch this game and I had Dunny at the game. Now, when they were about 14 or 18 points down, Essendon, they got 3 in a row that cost them 3 goals, and then Essendon just dropped the head. So it was a full momentum killer. Essendon were coming. Essendon were about to kick one. Draper got bodied. Nothing. They got a rush behind where there was a bloke from medial way on the screen, and he's run it through. So he was within, say, a metre and a half inside the square. They've run it through and they've called that deliberate, given Geelong a set shot straight out in front. So that's another one. So it cost them effectively 3 goals in an important time of the game.
Yep. Yep. That's yeah. It's hard. It is very hard. I was quite surprised by Geelong. They looked like they were back to playing their quick footy. In the first half was really good. Cats just kicked away towards the end.
Yeah.
Does it say anything about Geelong though, boys?
I don't know. Let's see if they can do it 2 weeks in a row because they've been pretty average for the last 5 or 6. Now, this
Yeah.
either Essendon's had an off game, Geelong's had a really good game, or Essendon aren't as good as I've been saying for a month.
Oh.
We don't know. I still think they make top 4, but
Yeah, fair enough.
we will see.
Well, next Friday night's going to be a cracker. Pies Bombers.
Always is, isn't it? These
Yep.
games are never blowouts.
No, not at all.
it'll
All
be
right.
another draw.
So this game, I'll put it this way: this game decides the bottom end of the top 4. Whoever wins that game finishes in the 4.
Ooh,
The other
big
one
call.
doesn't.
Big call.
Both coming
I
off
like
a
it.
loss too. Both going to be
Yeah,
firing.
both going to be hungry. Whichever one wins out of those two makes the top 4.
I think Pies, but my tips are shit as well. So
Yeah, well, I've been tipping pretty average all year.
Well, my tips are better than yours, and I think pies too. But
Yeah.
I could be pious.
Hashtag Pies.
But I tip
All right.
North every week, so that
Next
doesn't help.
game, Crows and Giants. This was a shock to me.
I didn't
It
watch
was
this
for
one
me
because I was
too,
watching
and
the other one.
again,
Yeah.
another game on at the same time.
But
Yeah.
Saturday night they always do too
Yeah.
on Saturday nights. Like we need another. I don't know the other slot, but a Thursday night's a given.
Yep.
We need a Thursday night slot, and then maybe a Sunday night game. Like put a game on now.
I think it finishes too late.
Yeah,
What do you guys
don't
in
know,
chat
but-
think? What's another slot that they could put a game on where they're not overlapping?
Well, we
What-
had
what-
3 today, and we had 3 yesterday. So the only real time is a Sunday or a Monday.
You know
can have
what I really liked was when we do gather round, came on at 5 o'clock. I know they're not probably going to get them. I thought that was awesome on a Friday afternoon. 4.5 hours.
Yep.
But you could if you put it on the West.
Well, no, they're even worse.
Their time difference in there. Yeah, 5 o'clock over there is 8 o'clock over here, isn't it? So it still merges.
It has to be over this side.
But
Fill out at 5 o'clock.
What about like a morning game, like a 10:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. on a Saturday?
I'd like that, but yeah, it's still
It's
again
something
I
different.
don't know. Yeah, I hate these double up games. So I like
Yeah.
watching a lot of footy, and I would have loved to watch the Adelaide GWS game. Would have loved to watch the Sydney Fremantle game. So my brother's Sydney, I'm North Melbourne. We can't watch footy together because they're playing at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. And I don't envy the fixture designers either. I think it's a pretty crappy job.
Well, there's pretty easy fix. Is Thursday night every week. That fixes
big-
one of them.
Yeah.
That fixes one of them. Every Thursday we play football.
Yep.
That's one.
I think they
easy
will
fix.
next year.
Well, we said that this year.
That's true.
What about the Sunday night game in the West? Like, obviously,
That's what I was saying. I reckon 8 o'clock on a Sunday or 7 o'clock on a Sunday.
rotate the all East Coast games at home. They probably already do. Same field. Yeah, have that on the.
I think they kind of have been.
No, but they've been having it Sunday morning. So if they're playing at 4, that's only 1 o'clock over there.
Oh, okay.
So if they play it at 4 over there, it's 7 o'clock here. It'd be going now.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Because they did trial that, I think, earlier this season. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was like it did clash with the show and everything.
Yeah. But then you have 4 games on a Sunday.
Well, next Saturday night, we've got 5 games with Fremantle and Richmond playing at 8:10. Carlton and Giants starting at 7:30. And then during the day, you've got North Gold Coast, Port and Dogs both starting at 1:45.
Yeah,
they've got to do something with that. Definitely.
Got to do something.
We're getting off topic here, so we'll bring it back in. So we've got Adelaide GWS, a surprise. Good to see Rankin back and absolutely dominating.
Well, I'd say surprise, but it's the Adelaide that we've been witnessing.
Yeah.
It's just they had an off patch, so maybe this is the true Adelaide.
Potentially, yeah. Yep, I could understand that. Well, I still don't think that there is a chance to make the 8. They might sneak in, but I think that they'll just miss out. But we know that Adelaide can play as well. We've seen what they can do at their very best.
Well, that's it. They're 10 points off Hawthorn. They can't make the 8. It's impossible.
Yeah.
After that win, they're 10 points. They're 2.5 games behind Adelaide, Hawthorn, which are half a game out. So they're 3 games out of the 8. They can't pick up 3 games in the last half of the year.
No, I don't think so either. Well, less than half of the year now.
Yeah.
So, but maybe they'll try and knock a few teams off just to build a bit of confidence to move into next year.
Just in chat, he's got the Hawks will smack him in their cow paddock. And George speaks, he's got, guys wouldn't have liked the old days when all played on Sunday.
Not at all.
No.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
But back then, you would have had to, you went to a lot of the footy, though. You wanted to watch it.
Because they had, 10 different...
And it was delayed.
Well, delayed, yeah, it's delayed an hour. You didn't have streaming services now where you could watch every game. You had to rely on what Channel 7 was putting, unless you had Austar. I had Austar, so it didn't bother me.
But then, they don't show every game.
They did on Austar. They had AFL Footy. You could pick 3 different channels.
Okay.
What you wanted to watch.
That's what I think.
But
what can I have on devices where you can split screen it? I can't wait till they bring TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to because it's too hard otherwise.
All right, then actually this was probably the game of the round. I gave it to Sydney, but St Kilda Port Adelaide.
It was not game of the round.
Well, it was hyped of the round. It was actually not a bad game of footy.
It was first half of the round.
Yeah.
Because the first half of that game was sensational. Both teams were going quick. And Zoe, if she's still in chat, she'll agree with this. We were talking about it, how good St Kilda looked going quick, far, you know what I mean? Hitting targets, taking
Well, we've seen that before. They've done it against a couple of teams this year and they look real good.
And then the second half, they just went back to the fucking boring, pathetic, shitty game that they always go back to.
So if you're CEO of St Kilda, are you getting rid of Ross Lyon now? Is that it? He's got to go?
I'd have a serious chat with him.
Yeah.
Ask him why is his game plan like this? This defensive thing that's not...
Yeah. Point out the differences and say, this is the brand that you should play. Why do you keep going back to this crap?
But can he play that, though? This is the style of coach he is.
He's shown that he can do it.
Yeah, but is that him or the players doing it?
It has to be him. They're going to listen to the coach.
Yeah, but maybe the players just in bits. Because as we said, during games, they switch on. And then you get to, they've got to halftime. Come on, boys, more defense. Let's attack.
It's crazy. But they look dangerous when they play like that.
And I've said this 100 times, but they recruited speed for a reason. Why not use it?
Yeah.
That's what they went out and recruited, and they just refused to use it.
Yep. It just does not make sense. So I don't know how long Ross has got on his contract or whether they'll look at reviewing it or not, but
I think they've got to get rid of him. I don't think he's an AFL coach.
He's got to do something because it's just not good enough.
Zoe's in chat now. She's got good first half. Hey. No need to be.
Well, Saints could have been a threat this year. They can't now, but they could have been.
Absolutely, they could have been. They could have been fantastic, but I don't know. I do
And
not
then we
know.
had the stages of all stages. The biggest, the most free kicks paid to any forward line in the league. We've got Carlton coming up against Richmond. Tassie, you can take this one.
Mate, I'm going to stab you when I see you. All right.
This is not me saying it. It's the facts. It's the facts. They kick more goals from free kicks than any other team in the league. That's actual facts.
Also, do you know what else is facts? St Kilda played finals last year.
Yeah, I know.
Did they win a final last year?
I don't think so. Did they win? Sorry? I actually don't remember.
No, they didn't. They were out. What did I say? They didn't play finals.
They did play finals. They didn't win a final.
Yeah, but what did I say?
I think you said they didn't.
No, I said.
Or they won't.
Yeah, they won't this year.
Oh, I don't know.
Or something. Yeah,
Maybe.
I might have said that. No.
Well, first half, Carlton Richmond, it was a pretty good game, to be honest. And then Carlton flicked a switch in the third term. Yep. Cripps put his superhero cape on and just dominated. Absolutely just come out of nowhere. I mean, first quarter, he got, I think they said first quarter he finished with like 10 or 11 touches.
14
second quarter,
he had.
In the first quarter.
In the first, yeah.
And then second quarter, he only had a couple, but then in the third quarter, he had another 14, I think.
So he had 14 in the first, and he at three-quarter time, he had 27. So he's had none in the second, or he's had 1 or 2 in the second and 10 in the third.
Yeah. Well, he finished on 38 or something. They said he got 38 touches in 3 quarters of footy after the game.
Yeah, because the second he didn't touch it. Yeah. I think he had maybe 1 or 2 touches in the second.
That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. But it's good to see Carlton getting multiple goal kickers now. It's a bit like Sydney's game style. They're not just relying on a couple of goal kickers. They're playing hard, tough footy. There's a lot to like. A lot to like about watching Carlton. And I haven't been able to say that confidently for years.
No, Carlton are normally being very let downish.
Yeah, well, they've been where North Melbourne is now. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. So it's really good to see them have that extra gear as well. Like we've been saying nearly all season up until last weekend, Carlton will be just doing enough to sort of win games, but now they're actually putting the foot on the throat and not letting up like Sydney do.
Well, Sydney didn't, but
no, but they do.
Been doing, yeah.
They do, yeah. Yeah.
I watched this till halftime. Then when Carlton started kicking away, I went to watch the Harley Reid show, but wasn't much of a Harley Reid show today. But yeah, Carlton looked good when they switched it on though.
They did. No, this is at my nap. Having the old senior snap, power nap before the show. So
I nearly fell asleep at halftime of the Carlton game, and I was like, no, I can't because I'll miss the whole second half if I do.
Missed a lot.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, I think
and Carlton, you guys are asking for an 8 o'clock game.
Carlton
you can't stay away for a midday game.
Hey, you have your afternoon nap, and then you're right for the nighttime one.
Right to go.
But question for you guys, because obviously I'm biased, but do you think over the like what you've seen from Carlton, they definitely are a premiership threat, or do you think that there still might be a year off?
So no, there's two up there. It's Sydney and Carlton's year. Yeah. It's out of those two.
Yep.
Same all year. They're enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, Sydney, Carlton, Brisbane maybe in that category too. There's still a watch on Brisbane.
Yep, like it. And then last game, what a domination by Hawthorn. Artie, you must be a very happy man.
Looks good too, Hawthorn, and this puts them in touch with the 8. They looked very good.
I didn't see any of this game for obvious reasons watching Carlton, but I actually no, that's a lie. I saw the end, and Mabior Chol looked pretty good. He kicked a couple of goals, I'm pretty sure.
It was high flying too, but Hawthorn just moved the ball real quick, full of run, young kids, confidence, got good leadership in that team now, even young kids leading the team. They've looked dynamic for about 6 or 8 weeks.
Yeah, I haven't had a loss for about 4 on the trot, haven't they?
They won 5 on the trot. They're the
5 on the trot.
Only other team with Carlton that have won 5 on the trot now.
Yeah, and they're I think they've won 8 of the last 9, maybe.
That's insane.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they went on they'd only won 1 for the season before they went on this streak.
That's crazy.
9 on the board.
Just lost to Collingwood this year, so it was.
Yeah.
How crazy is though? We were talking about how they've gone backwards. They look like they were going to get the wooden spoon, and now look at them. They're pushing for the 8.
And there was that other one too where they just lost to Port Adelaide.
The Port Adelaide, that's their only loss in this run. where they were 40 points up and should have won it.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're definitely a team to be wary of. They've got a young team, so they're going to be a team that's going to be dangerous for the next few years. Artie, I think you got another good run coming up, mate, of being a happy Hawk supporter.
Well, Taz was saying this a few weeks ago. They're looking like Bulldogs did, but they won their.
Yeah, might sneak in there.
Yeah,
but they're looking like it's going to be them, Carlton, Sydney in this run. Collingwood's still thereabouts. Even Essendon's coming through, so it's going to be a tough few years, I think, for these teams coming up now.
Yeah,
absolutely. Good fight.
Absolutely. Well, that's the round that was, gentlemen and people viewing.
Now, I'll just catch up on the chat quickly. Cripps' third quarter was best quarter I've ever seen in a while. And then Artie, nope, definitely Pretenders reliant on free kicks.
Oh, here I am trying to be
Carlton.
Here I am trying to be nice to you.
I had to throw that one in because
you got some happy Hawks times coming up, Artie, but you can piss off now, mate.
I think their forward line is heavily reliant on free kicks too, Artie. Oh, but don't know why. Charlie's good enough. Just let him play. We're missing out on probably the two best forwards going that we have in the comp at the moment because of these free kicks.
Yeah, I don't like it, to be honest.
Yeah,
but there are some free kicks that should be given that aren't as well. It goes both ways.
But you let them go and Charlie holds on, picks up the ball, runs around, snaps it from 50. Yeah, I get more excited than the free kick about someone that, I don't know. I don't know where his arms were going there, but they were going somewhere.
Yeah, they do get chopped a lot though as well.
Yeah.
But all right. Moisty's minute.
Right, so we know the drill. We've got the little 10-second intro, then we've got a minute to get your questions out, and then we'll touch on them all at the end.
Have you prepared this week, Moisty?
Oh, I'm full screen in front of me. There's a full screen of questions.
Here goes to 10 seconds.
All right, we're back for another Moisty's minute. You always know the thing. First question off the bank. Watson for Hawthorn, 6-17 for his career. Quick tips to losing the yips. You always got any tips?
Speak to Harry Mackay.
Oh.
I didn't see that, but I do like him.
Yeah. No, that's what he's kicked for the season. Carlton finished second this year, pushed for a premiership. Should they be allowed to bid on both twins, effectively giving them 2 first-rounders?
Yes.
So finish premiership and get 2 first-rounders. Do you think that's fair for the comp?
Absolutely, I do, because it's father and son, and it's the way the rules always been. And I'd say that about
you're biased, so
but I'd say that about
fair. I think you should say the way.
Yeah.
Father and son.
1.8 million too much for Reid, or is that right on the mark?
I think at the moment it's on the mark. He's just got to be a bit more consistent.
The best forward line in the comp.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I actually think Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, Carlton. Best defense in the comp.
Yeah, I think Freo.
Freo. And then best midfield in the comp.
Sydney,
but it's too.
Good to see free agents staying with their clubs, or would you like a bit more movement?
No, I like it.
I like it. I like the one.
Yeah, loyalty.
I know it's harder when you're on the making team.
How can we fix the umpiring? Clearly, the 4's not working. Do we go back to how we had it old school?
No, just
the umpire's been worse this year than it has been any year.
Just get certain people to threaten the AFL. Anyway,
I reckon we should do what you said. Get AI into it.
Get AI into it.
Yeah.
And what was the last one? Well, key losses this week opens the comp right up. Freo, Hawks, Gold Coast Dogs, Brisbane, all coming hard. Do you see any teams dropping out of the 8?
Yeah, I think Port drop out.
Yep.
I still think Essendon drop out.
Yeah, so you've got the vulnerable ones. You've got Essendon, Freo, Geelong, Collingwood, Port Adelaide, and Brisbane are the vulnerable ones.
I've got Freo, Essendon.
So you reckon 4?
I've got Essendon, Port. Essendon, Port, Geelong. Sorry.
Essendon, Port, Geelong. So you've got 3 coming out, and you've got 4 coming out.
Well, I don't know if they're coming out, but they're the 4 that I like.
Yeah, well,
I
we've
think
got
only two do.
Hawthorn, Gold Coast, and Bulldogs that can push in. I think GWS no good, Melbourne no good, and Gold Coast are in a bit of limbo.
What
Well,
do you
that's
guys think
Moisty's
in
minute
chat?
anyway. That's probably gone a minute and a half because I had to explain a few of the questions.
Yeah.
Be interested to know in chat who they think the teams coming in and out might be, or if they think the top 8 will stay the same. Good Moisty's minute. I like it.
Yeah, we've got
Oh,
one
yeah,
there.
like I think Essendon and Geelong and Freo and Port are the ones that might come in. For like Western Bulldogs, GWS, Gold Coast, and I
Yeah.
think it's between those sort of 8.
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of ladder predictions, Eggy's deep dive.
We are
Deep
ready.
dives coming up.
Splash.
Splash.
We've got those sound effects, so I'll just make it myself.
Got me moist over that one.
All right, we've got just on Catford. I would love nothing more than Essendon missing finals. I don't think they will.
Oh,
Same still. Sorry, Dunny. Same still.
No, I don't think they will, Dunny. I think you're all right. Might not get a second chance, but I think you'll be there.
All right,
Alright.
let's do it, Eggy.
Alright, so far we dove into the Hawks, Brisbane Lions, Melbourne Demons, and the Essendon Bombers, and tonight we're looking at Geelong, Gold Coast, and the Doggies. So Geelong over the next few weeks, they played Essendon and they beat them. Now they got the Hawks next week, Saturday at I think down in Geelong.
It's a genuine 50-50, that one.
I think so too. I think if Geelong play like they did against Essendon, they win. But then Hawthorn's in such good form. I
still don't think they will. I think Hawthorn win either way.
I think Hawks do too.
And we got Geelong, Collingwood, and Geelong at.
I think Collingwood will win.
Collingwood would win that one.
Got Geelong and Bulldogs.
Dogs.
Dogs win that one.
Got North Melbourne and Geelong.
They
Geelong.
probably win that one, yeah.
And we got Geelong and Adelaide.
That's
I
another
think-
50-50.
I think Geelong win at their home
You get 'em,
stadium.
yeah.
And Freo versus Geelong.
Freo get that one. That's
In
in
Geelong?
Freo.
Is
No,
that-
that's
no,
in
it's-
Freo.
It's in Freo? Yeah, Freo.
St Kilda v Geelong. Probably a mark.
Geelong.
Geelong.
The last one, Geelong v West Coast.
I think Geelong
Geelong.
win that one. So we've only got them winning 5.
Yeah. Well, I think four more because they just won one this week.
Just one more. So that puts them on 13. There's a lot of teams going to be around the 13.
Yeah. They all come down to percentages. Now let's quickly dive into Gold Coast. So we saw they won over Collingwood, and next week they got North Melbourne in Marvel.
Now, people are going to hit me for this, but that's a genuine 50-50 because it's not in Gold Coast.
Yeah,
Correct,
I know, we've all said that. So I think we're all going to lean against North Melbourne, are we?
Yeah, I am. I
I think North will get them next week.
I'm with you boys on that one too. We got Gold Coast at Port Adelaide.
They don't lose at home. They do not lose at home.
Every home game they win, except maybe against Brisbane.
Oh, yeah. GWS away.
GWS.
GWS are better than North. Yeah, you got to give GWS.
Then we got Gold Coast v Brisbane.
I've got them beating Brisbane. I've got them beating Brisbane.
Yeah, I think Brisbane need a.
Do you? I've got Brisbane, but majority rules.
West Coast, Gold Coast on the West Coast.
See, I think they win this one. This will be the one they'll win away from home. West Coast has been in pretty pathetic form at the moment.
Yep.
And Essendon.
Oh, Essendon win that
Essendon
one
will win
in
that.
the G. Yeah.
We got Melbourne, Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast, yeah.
Got Richmond away. Pretty sure.
I think Gold Coast will win that by that stage.
Gold Coast, I'll give it to Gold Coast. They need to win one away from home or they're
And it's starting to warm up then.
Yeah.
That gives them 5 more wins. So that gives them. We'll get them more.
13.
Geelong. Oh, no, 13
No, that gives them
again.
13 with Geelong. That gets them tied Geelong.
Bloody hell.
Then we go into the Bulldogs. So now they beat North Melbourne. That gives them the 2 wins.
Yep.
Then they got Port Adelaide away.
I think Port.
Port, I'd give that one, yeah.
Give that to. Then Carlton.
Carlton's got to win that one, don't they?
I thought,
Carlton's due for a loss, but I think they beat Bulldogs.
What about Geelong?
I think Geelong's their bogey team.
It's a genuine 50. Who'd we give them to against Geelong? We can't change. Will we give Geelong the win or
We
we
gave
give
Geelong the
Bulldogs?
win. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
so you've
gave
got to
Geelong
give
the
them the
win.
same here. You
Yeah.
can't chop and change.
Then we got Sydney.
I think Sydney beat them.
Sydney win that. Yep.
Got Bulldogs in Melbourne.
I think Bulldogs win that one.
Yep.
Then we got Adelaide and Bulldogs in Adelaide.
I'm going to say Adelaide.
Oh, I don't know. I'm genuine 50-50. I'll go Bulldogs just because, yeah, Bulldogs.
We got Bulldogs North Melbourne.
Bulldogs.
Yeah, Bulldogs. So they've already won that, haven't
And
they?
then Bulldogs GM.
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
I think that gives them 4 more wins.
That gives them 4 more wins, puts them on 12.
Oh.
That's what we're looking at.
They've got to pick up an upset.
Which they can do. They can
Which
definitely
they can do. Well, they beat Geelong. That puts Geelong on 12, Bulldogs on 13.
So we'll have
That game
to
could maybe upset the 8 there a bit.
So are you going through, Eggy, and putting in the ladder predictor once we choose how many teams have how many wins?
Yes. I was right at the end, so I was going to see once we do all teams. So hopefully we'll try and chop through Sydney Swans. We've got Swans, Carlton, Freo, and Collingwood to go.
Fantastic.
Going to try and knock out 4.
Easy.
4 next week, and then we'll do the predictor.
Going to be interesting. Then we'll see how close we are 5 weeks out.
Oh, I'm liking this segment. This is real good. This is real
same.
good 5 weeks out. It's looking fantastic.
I think it's awesome. Absolutely. Great work, Eggy. Another super splash there.
Yep.
Another deep dive.
This is my favourite when we get to talk to everyone that's tuning in.
Yeah,
This is
definitely.
viewers' questions.
The viewer questions.
All right. We got the bloody Hawk supporter up first, who I was trying to be nice to. So anyway, Artie, he has asked the question, how long will the AFL allow Geelong to receive crucial free kicks to get them ahead?
I think as much as Carlton. Let's stop it for Carlton.
Hey, piss off, you.
We see
Honestly.
Carlton's ones aren't in crucial time, though. You look at the ones he's talking about, Geelong always seem to get 1 or 2. In the games they win, 1 or 2 at crucial times. Like that wrecked Essendon's momentum. But whether they're doing it on purpose, I don't believe they are. It's just falling that way.
Yeah, I don't think they are. Geelong have always, especially when Selwood played for them, they were always, the AFL were quite generous to them with free kicks. So, but
This
also
coming from the Carlton supporter.
But Artie also cannot stand Geelong. He hates Geelong with a
Well,
passion.
Hawthorn
So,
Geelong, it's a rivalry.
definitely. All right, next question. It's from Zoe. I believe she's still in chat. Who would you turn gay for in the AFL, and why is it Jack Steele?
I said I'd take this one off the top because I'd be a bullwag for anyone. Bring me the money. Get to go to every game AFL I want. Yeah, why not? I'd go for anyone.
You'd be a bit of a hussy, I reckon, Todd.
Happy to wag.
I was leaning towards Harley Reid till about 5 weeks ago, but yeah, he's had a bye and he's had a few 2 week suspension, so I missed him the last few weeks. Those few weeks I've been getting pretty close to happy endings with Nick Dacos, so
Yeah.
he's getting a special line at the end there, so I'd have to tip in Nick Dacos at this stage.
Fair enough. I got to go Cripper. Got to be
Cripper.
biased. Yeah. Just gets the team going. So, good question, Zoe. Something different.
Yes.
I like it. All right. Next up, we've got Anthony, who is also in chat. If the Coleman medal was given with the current placements, would this be the year that the Coleman medalist does not make the All-Australian team?
Yes.
Top of the
That's a great.
It's Curnow at the top now, and I don't think he's in the top 2 forwards. I don't think he's All-Australian.
Yeah, I actually, Curnow, he's leading the Coleman, but I actually don't think he's had an outstanding year.
No, see, I'd have Waterman out of the square with the lead because that man does not drop a mark on the lead.
Yep.
And then probably at half forward, I'd go Harry Mackay.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
But we do know the Coleman medalist always gets thrown in there.
Oh, definitely. Do you know what? Even Ben King has had a really good year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we know Charlie will be in it because you can't win the Coleman and not be in the All Australian team. It's just the way it is.
It's the way they do it. But I don't think at the moment, and he might explode later in the year and kick 10 goals a game for 4 or 5 in a row. We don't know.
Yeah.
We'll be saying, how's he going to miss? But at the moment, I'd probably put Waterman on the lead, and Harry's doing more up the ground than anyone else in the comp at the moment.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Charlie's kicked multiple goals in every game this year, but I don't think he's been the most impactful.
But let me put this: if Waterman was in that team, would he be kicking multiple goals as well? Is it the service that Charlie's getting?
I actually think that if Waterman hadn't been injured, he'd be winning the Coleman right now.
Leading the Coleman, yep. Because he missed 3 games there.
Yeah, well, he's missed 3 or 4, I think, this year.
Yeah. And he's only a couple off, I think.
He's on 36. He's 9 behind now.
9 behind. So it's a big way to make up.
Yeah.
Unless they play North and he kicks 9.
Didn't he kick 14 goals in 3 weeks, though?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So he can do it. He's got the ability, for sure. And earlier in the season, Jesse Hogan was leading it.
Yeah, Jesse Hogan was on fire. Yeah. He's gone off a bit, but that's been with the slump of GWS.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So great question, Sil. Thank you for submitting, mate. Carlton _flaggers 2024. Can Carlton catch Sydney?
Now, what does he mean? Yeah, but what does he mean by catch? Like minor premiers or win the flag? Because they can definitely win the flag.
I think they can catch him in the finals, but
yeah,
I interpret that as can they catch him on the ladder? That's the way I interpret it.
Yeah, I don't think they'll run Sydney down on the ladder. Sydney's still, 2 games out of them?
2.5.
Well, Sydney's not going to have 2.5 more games like they did.
Oh, no, 2, sorry. Yeah, 2, sorry.
Yeah, they're not going to have 2 more +%. So you're going to have to win 3. They're going to have to lose 3. You're going to have to win 3. Because you're 40% behind. You're not catching percent.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they can finish above them on the ladder.
I don't think so. But I think in a final, it'll be a good game. And then last but not least, George has submitted, who thinks Cripps can win his 2nd Brownlow medal?
Can I take this one? I hope Turtle's not in chat.
Is Turtle in chat?
If Turtle's not in chat, I'll take this one.
Someone clip this, please.
Yeah, no, I was talking to you about this earlier. I think Sydney player can't win it. There's too many of them. Carlton's the same. You've got Cripps, you've got Curnow, you've got Harry Mackay when he's doing good things. You've got Chera, you've got Walsh. Collingwood, they've got Nick Dacos. At the moment, Nick Dacos is not getting votes stolen off him. He's not doing anything. I think Nick's going to win this, and he's going to be a breakaway winner in the end of the year. Just because he's competing no one.
Against, Bobby Hill kicking.
Yeah. That's it. Bobby Hill kicks 9, he loses votes, but he still gets 2s. Whereas Heaney can get nothings because you've got Chad, you've got Goulden, you've got Amadi the other week kicking 9. There's too many players, and Cripps the same. If Cripps is off by 5%, he's got Walsh in front of him. He's got Curnow kicks 5 in front of him. Collingwood, they've got no big forwards apart from Hill. Hill doesn't do it all the time.
It's not really
no one else. Oh, well, big like marquee forwards at kicking goals. Yeah. And I don't see Dacos getting points stolen off him. So Dacos has a good game. He gets 3 votes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, he needs a good 4th quarter, and then
Well, that's it. He probably gets 3 votes on his 4th quarter against North alone.
Yeah, exactly. And every other team has players that'll still vote for him. Like even the Bulldogs with Bont, you've got Bailey Dale off halfback when he has a good game. You've got Libba in the middle when he has a good game. You got Ugo Hagen and that up forward. Not that forwards really get votes too often, but if they kick bags,
they do if they kick bags, yeah.
So yeah.
But that's it. You go through the top 5, even Brisbane that are coming, you think, they've got, but then they've got Neil, they've got McCluggage, they've got Cameron, they've got Dunkley, they've got 5 or 6 players that can steal votes, whereas Collingwood.
Sydney also have Grundy.
Yeah, exactly right.
Cold this year.
But yeah, Collingwood, I see there at the moment, Pendlebury and DeGoey, they're not going well enough to steal votes off him.
Yeah,
Dacos is in killer form. Josh is the other one, but wingers, they don't really look.
Yep.
But that's my pick now. I think Dacos is going to be harder. If he's not in front yet, but I think he's going to be hard to beat.
Nakos will finish strong. Yep. But I do think Cripps will finish up there. He's had such a good year with not many players to steal votes off him yet.
And that's what I was at. Like, he'd be right up there at the moment, so he is a chance. But
Yeah.
when Carlton are charging the finals and everyone's firing, that's going to be his problem.
Yep, absolutely agree. What do you guys in chat think?
Just to catch up on chat, we had Zoe was talking about hers when she put in her question. She said, "Hi, aha, love that from you, Todd. Thought Reed would be Todd's answer. You're welcome." Anthony's put he turned gay for Crips. Oh, interesting. Anthony's also put, I think Dacos gets 6 votes a game. Anthony said multiple winners this year. Haven't had a tie in a while.
Oh,
Well, that's another thing too. We could get late in the count and multiple winners.
yeah.
And I,
three. Imagine if we got like 3 or 4 all
3 or
time.
4 would be good.
It'd
be good though, because it means the comps. Well, the players that were in the better sides are getting recognised.
But it also represents the evenness of the league as well, like the ladder. Do you know what I mean? That'd be fantastic.
And I was talking to you about this earlier, but Dacos, I reckon, will get more votes because of how last year ended.
Yes,
I think he'll get better votes because it happened with Gary Ablett when he lost it, when he should have won it the next year. Couldn't not poll 3 votes.
Yep.
Just 3, 3, 3s, average game 3s, 3s. So I reckon that'll happen a lot with Dacos this year.
Potentially. But that's it for viewers' questions this week, guys. Thank you so much, everyone who sent one in.
And so we just wanted to clarify that her interesting was towards Still's question.
Yes, gotcha.
So I think that was probably my favourite question this week because I didn't think about that, but I don't think he should be in the All-Australian side at the moment.
Yeah, I thought it was a fantastic question. And this is the reason why we do get you guys to submit questions as well, is because it really gives us a different aspect of thinking. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy our answers. So please keep sending them through.
We're just like the umpires. See everything.
Yeah.
I'll see a lot more than those guys, though.
All right. Tipping Eggster. Let's do it.
We are back into the tipping. Oh, no, that's not the right screen. Beautiful. There we are. So, the bye rounds have finished, and so did the runner perfect rounds. And then my perfect round of 2. So I've dropped down to 8th. I was in 4th. But in first we had Fort Worth. Second we got the Perthian Food. Then the Black Flash, ESPN, Sub Via Cities, Allstonian, Brilliance at 7th. Then the first name I noticed was Croakies at 8th. I think that's one of the regular show watchers. Ping is sitting there in 8th. Then I am in 9th. Haley J in 11th. I think G-Raw has dropped right down to 9th.
Yeah, can I just talk about that? She's following Dunny. She's just fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
Majorly.
Just fallen right off that cliff.
Have you gotten into her ear? Have you, Taz? Giving some of your tips.
Probably.
But yeah, still very close. I think there's Fort Worth's the one out in front with 94, and then everyone else is on. Well, not everyone else, but the next couple of. Still anyone's game. Only a couple of points out of it.
And our top 5, I don't think I know any of those, so we're going to have to try and get a hold of someone. Some of these. Hopefully they registered with their email or something.
Yeah, I can find.
They did, yeah, and that was the reason why we did it with email.
Anthony's got. I love Kerno, but he's winning the purely on talent this year. This bloke gotten out of the same in the second year.
I think after such a poor finals performance, that's what he's thinking. What do you think, Weeders? Do you agree? I think.
I thought you were talking to someone in freaking chat. Then I was like, "That."
So he's finally joined us, Jacob Weitering. Welcome.
He's there.
Didn't even see him there bubbling in front of us.
No, he's been there for like 10 minutes. I've been watching it. And I was like, Tassie's the whole time you've been going through it, he's been doing that.
Just slowly jumping into it.
Too busy reading the sheet and wasn't looking at the screen.
He's very tanned compared to me.
I wonder what he's like to me.
Well, Tassie,
you know what? I was about to do this.
Just to fill you in, Tassie, I was looking at this. Cripps has come into second favourite outright now for the Brownlow. 50 cents behind Dacos. So it's Dacos, Chris, Bontempelli, and Heaney.
Oof. 4-way tie. Let's call it.
How good would that be, though? 4 different teams, though. Not exactly like 2 from the same team, 4 different clubs.
We were actually saying the other week how we thought Sydney might get the trifecta.
Yeah, I don't think so now.
Just out of curiosity, do you think this man here will be all-Australian fullback?
Yes. He should be. Maybe halfback.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good fullbacks in there, and they might try and squall 12 in there. Yeah.
He's made the squad for the last three or 4 years and always missed out. So hopefully this is the year.
He'll he'll be in there. I don't know if he'll play half forward or fullback.
I actually think
Fullback
he's
or-
Carlton's most important player.
He is at the moment. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. What do we got here? We've been giggling over here. Who's been giggling? Why?
Probably because of old Weitering bobbling away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started and it was just sort of just.
He's a bit short, but that's because he's trying to copy Tassie.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He's got hair.
Yeah, but the shortness.
Oh, that's it. We're done.
That's it. And we're right on time. Pretty good.
No, we're over a minute.
No, well, we started a minute late because you.
You bug it up, Tassie. Minute late.
Oh yeah, talking about toast and stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Too busy thinking about wet toast over in the west there.
Oh God, what do you do? All right, guys. Anything else from you two gents?
No.
That's everything from me.
No. Chat, as always. Thank you very much. Actually, Sills just posted something. Depends on AA considers one-on-one wins more important than intercepting.
And
Ooh.
that's what I'd find too. So the tailors of the comps get looked highly because they can beat their defender where Weitering comes over the top.
No, Wettering's good one-on-one. He very
Yeah.
very rarely loses one-on-one. Does not intercept as much anymore.
No, he's given it up.
Yeah, that's what McGovern and Cowan.
So the other one I'd probably be vying for that is to Ben Mackay. He's been doing good things at Essendon.
He has, and Pierce before he got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
See you,
all
George.
right. Thank you so much, everyone. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube. And in a few weeks, we're probably going to have a competition. So we did try a competition with North tickets. It didn't work. We're going to try a different kind of competition.
You could have given me like a 2-minute head start, and I would have got you the tickets gone. But
I thought them through as soon as I knew I asked so many questions. Yeah, so we do get some odd tickets every now and then. I get told on a Friday, so keep an eye out. They're usually for Marvel, but yeah, keep an eye out.
Absolutely. So the only way to keep an eye out is like us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Look, we're not asking much. Just do all this stuff. No, I'm joking. But we do really
buy some clothes, buy a hat.
No, but we really do appreciate the support as always, guys. And let's hope next weekend's another explosive round of footy.
And North gets a win.